What's up, guys? So today I want to go over the exact list that I use to wholesale not just one or two deals every month, but 2 to 4 deals pretty consistent every month for about almost 2 years. Now, I want to show you how to pull this list on DealSauce. I've done it a couple different ways. At the moment, DealSauce is the best way I know how to pull this list. I am entirely focused on co-living right now, just building up the portfolio. However, I've had a lot of friends that wanted to know, like, okay, how did you wholesale? Like, how did you do it consistent? How did you have, average 15K months? Best month I ever had was 40K. And so I just want to show that list. I don't use it anymore. Again, I'm just focused on co-living. However, there's a perfect way to merge those two worlds and wholesale deals that fit the co-living buy box. And there's a couple little caveats that I want to show. And so I'm going to pull up my DealSauce account. And again, I've done this a few different ways, but this is the best way I know as of September 20th, 2025. All right. So the first thing is the DealSauce account. So right here, and it'll be in the description how to sign up, but right here, I'm logged in and I'm going to show some filters. So for this demo, I have Texas. And then the main filters, now you can play around with it, but these are just the key ones that I suggest. So first one, we're going to do on market active listing. I was using a form of the LOI blaster, making email offers Monday through Saturday. I would send at least 50 emails every single morning. If you really want to get serious, do it with a couple different emails and send a few hundred. So active listing, individual owner type, that one's not so much important. Next one is the single family, multifamily, property type other, just to see what, falls in through the cracks. All right. Next, for co-living, 3 bathrooms, ideally. Rock bottom, 3 bedrooms. Ideally, it's 4 bed, 3. No HOA. Ideally, 60 days on market or more. Now, this is the meat and potatoes right here of this whole entire video. I targeted assumable loans. So let's break that down. What is assumable? Well, in short, it is the closest type of transaction I found that is already on market that is, the cousin of a sub 2 deal. And so like a sub 2 deal, right? Mortgage is staying in place. It's staying in the seller's name. Assumable though, the biggest difference, they're trying to get the new buyer to take the loan and shift that liability, that responsibility into the new buyer's name. So they're trying to, take the loan and swap the names out on the assumption. Sub 2 deal, a lot of you already know, the name of the seller is going to stay on. However, there's several reasons, to not do it. So let's recap. I would pull this list. I would send out the emails, and you can see this for Texas. It pulled up 172. Now, take the time to really reverse engineer where those core co-living markets are, because there is significant demand right now for co-living. So if you just tailor all of this towards that as your end buyer, you're better off. So anyway, back to the assumption. Now, when I would talk to these agents and sellers, I'd explain, hey, an assumption, the bank is not motivated typically to make it happen. They're not really making any money when it does happen. It's really slow. It could take like 6 months or longer. And the few assumptions, that I was like, all right, I'll give it a shot. They all fell through. Like the motive on the bank is just simply not there. So you can see here 172 for Texas. Let's see, Georgia. Now I'm showing all of this because I am focused on just buying co-living. However, a lot of people still want to wholesale, and they asked me just like how I did it. Each state you'll see it's a pretty narrow list, but it's very, very effective. And then I'd pull the list and I'd email it, LOI blaster or something similar. In short, I would keep it very simple. I think a lot of people make it overly complicated and it's very unnecessary. but I would hit this list every 3 to 4 weeks until they blocked me. I'm hitting them. If it's still on the market, I've had several deals where, 4 months, 5 months into my campaign, they finally hit me up. And just for the fact that I still existed in the game, they're like, all right, that's amazing. So the next thing I want to explain on how I did this, in my opinion, most ethical way is I would explain like, hey, what I do is I hunt for high quality deals. And my best case scenario is I negotiate some equity. So I find the deal, I structure it, I get it all organized with the seller and the agent. And then what I do is I show it to my private money partners. And again, my best case scenario is I show it to them, they bring the capital, and then I maintain 25% up to 50% of ownership of the property. Then I would explain, now sometimes that does not happen. Sometimes the more advanced buyers, they're like, no, Dustin, I don't need you on the deal. I don't want you on the deal. And they would just give me a finder's fee. And so I would explain that to them that, either one of those scenarios could happen. I try not to throw it all too much at once because, if they don't even know what a sub two deal is, I don't want to bombard them. It's just one thing at a time. They get one win at a time. And so in short, this is the list. I'll have the link, in the description to find DealSauce as well as LOI Blaster. I'm not saying this is easy, but if you do this for at least 3 months consistent, 100 emails a day, Monday through Saturday, hit this list every 3, maybe 4 weeks, hit a couple states, go to pad split and identify the core markets. And you'll see like, okay, this is where I should focus. This is where there's a lot of data. That's what's telling me there's a lot of demand here. And so if you just reverse engineer this exact strategy and you don't quit, just stick with it long enough. Just stick with it long enough to do it. You truly can make at least 15K a month. The caveat is it's not easy. Most people quit too early. So anyway, I just wanted to share this video. I've had a lot of friends ask about my past in wholesale and what I recommend if they wholesale now, how they do it. And so if you like this, give it a like, subscribe, comment any questions in just the comment section. And if you want to see more of this, let me know in the comments. Thank you guys.